Hi everybody and welcome back to Premium PCs. I realised that I managed to go through every single video of last year without introducing myself, so my name's Paul. Hi, how you doing? So first of all, as promised, I've finished the decorating. And second of all, as promised,
that's right everybody, we have got a cheese grater, the original Mac Pro, the Power Mac G5.
Right, so first thing we need to do is answer the question, is this Mac Pro any good in the year 2020?
Our survey said...
No, it isn't. This has not been supported by Apple for 10 years, there or thereabouts. This is the old G5 version, which started off around 2003, so this is now 17 years old, around about 10 years behind on compatible OS updates. The most recent version of OS X that you can install on this thing is Snow Leopard, and the last time I checked on there was next to no support for any apps at all. I kind of feel sorry for anybody who bought one of these, particularly closer to the deadline before Apple switched over to using Intel processors, as the Intel-based versions are practically still updatable today, whereas this one, which potentially you could have just bought a couple of months in between, has had no support for so long, it's shameful. So, what am I going to do with this then? Well, I had considered turning it on and seeing what I could do, but as I said, there is so little support available for it, there's really no benchmarks I could run that really give it a good comparison to anything in 2020. And I also thought about doing a teardown for it. Decided not to do that one either. Well, actually I did, but I kind of did it off camera. So, I've told you what I'm not going to do with it. So, what am I going to do with it? Well, of course, we're going to turn this into a PC. We're drawing a line, blurring the line between Mac and PC with this bad boy. Right, so let's have a quick look-see inside. As I said, I've already stripped most of this out. And here we have the bare internals of the Mac Pro. If you've never torn down one of these things before, the immediate thing that you will notice is that the PCI slots are up the top here, and it's all pretty backwards compared to the conventional ATX layout. In fact, if I try this out now, yeah, there's nothing that really lines up. I think maybe we could get just about one screw hole lined up there, so obviously this thing was never designed to carry an ATX case. The more conventional way around that you would be putting this into a PC would be kind of on this side, somewhere over here. And the other issue, even if we could find a screw hole to line up, is that there's nowhere to actually put an I/O shield. This is all designed for Mac's own motherboard that was originally in here. So, yeah, there's nothing that really ties this together as a PC. Now, plenty of people have converted one of these things into ATX, but I'm going to try and go one step further. And I'm actually going to try and switch everything around so that rather than installing the motherboard upside down, we're going to be installing it the right way around. And we're going to be installing it on this side. But how? Because this side's the front, so obviously we want to keep the front. That is where the clever part, hopefully, comes in. If you take a look inside here, you should be able to notice that most of the edges are held together with bolts. So this thing is actually in 4 sections. We've got the metal frame on the front here, which is steel. We've got the surrounding part, which makes up the top, the back, and the base of the case, which is all one piece made of aluminium. Then, if I just tilt this back a little bit, you can see just here, this actually joins together. So there is one section that covers the top and the front, and another section that goes across the back and the base of the case. So the plan is that today I'm going to be removing all these bolts and making an attempt to actually switch the front for the back and the back for the front, to see if we can get this into some sort of a recognisable layout while still keeping that Mac look to it. Okay, wish me luck, guys. Here we go. Okay, so far so good. Most of these little screws are coming out quite easily. Just took a T9 screwdriver bit to get it out of there. I spotted a few rivets around there as well, so we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So out of all of the, what seems like thousands of screws holding this together, I've had just one of them that the head's sheared on while I was trying to get it, so let's try and extract that in a different method. So I've spotted a potential issue. There seems to be a lot of rivets holding this side together. Not quite sure what they're riveted to just yet, so as I start prizing everything apart, hopefully I'll be able to find out. I hope we can get this thing apart. It'll happen one way or another. I have a drill. Okay, so we've got all the screws loose, and as you can see, some of this is starting to prise apart. Doesn't look like the rivets that I found are going to get in the way, which is fantastic news at this point. Just a couple more bits to go that are bolts down the back here. Actually nuts, so the thread is on the metal part and there's a small nut on the back. Just like this. To take off, so that should be hopefully the last thing holding it together. Then it should just prise apart. This is both worrying and promising at the same time. So as you can see, the bottom of the case is now completely separated. Do the same to the top. I might be able to just pop the rest of it back out of there. So let's have a look see. At this point I'm really hoping this works, otherwise it was a big waste of a purchase. Looks good. If I undo, see what the rivets are holding together now. So I'm just going to drill out the rivets that are along here. An Operation Mac ATX thing for fun will be underway. Okay, now hopefully this means that I have freed most of the case. Oh, I found a wire as well. Which also means, hopefully. Alright. Yeah. There are a lot of screws left in there. I'm sure I'll find all of them. Hey everyone, so now that I've got this stripped down to its bare components, we've got front and top of the case, the housing, which should hold everything into there, and the bottom and the back. So the plan is now, it looks like it's going to take a little bit of modification to get to do it, but essentially we're going to put it back together the other way around, so that, yeah, and you get the idea, right? The front is now on the opposite side of the case than where we started, and not all the bolt holes line up, so I'm probably going to have to re-drill it using the opposite side as a template to get this all to slot back into place. But at least what I thought was possible in theory is possible. So we can indeed turn the Mac case around and put it into a standard ATX form factor. Now, obviously it's going to take a little bit more work. I'm not going to do it all today. This is a project that we're going to be revisiting throughout the year. Reason being is that I want to build myself a new Hackintosh. This is a project for myself, but I thought I'd share it with you because it's quite an interesting one. I've not seen anybody else turn the case around in this manner before. It's not going to just be a Hackintosh. I kind of want to make this into a fully reusable case, something that I can take out the hardware and upgrade into it. It's not going to be like a one-shot thing like you've probably seen on mentioning No Linus Tech Tips. Pretty sure they aren't going to be able to reuse their case. They've left it in the standard configuration and jam-packed it full of hardware. I can't afford anywhere near that level of hardware that goes into it, but I can at least, Linus, afford to get it the right way around. So, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, we can't just get our motherboard to line up with this, especially not now that I've turned it around, because you get the idea. That's going to be the back of the case, and yeah, it's now completely the other way around. It's, yeah, no, it just doesn't line up at all. So what am I going to do with that? Well, I found this little beauty on AliExpress, which is an aluminium test bench, which I'm essentially going to cut off the entire of the back panel here and sort of reinsert it and attach it to the back of the housing of the case. But you'll see all of that as and when it turns up. I haven't placed the order yet, and it's going to take 40 odd days before it turns up, as it's shipping in from China. But yeah, we'll pick this one back up in a month or so, hopefully, and then I might have a good idea of what kind of hardware we're going to be throwing in it as well. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. The Mac Pro will be returning in the next couple of weeks as soon as I get a few parts turn up, so we can carry on with that build. In the meantime, why not subscribe to the channel for more great videos coming your way very soon. We've got 2 new segments being introduced onto the show in the next several weeks. So do keep your eyes peeled for those. But until next time, see you later.